But apart from that, over the weekend, IPL season is kicking off. It's something to really look forward to. Live games have been, not around for a long time because of this pandemic and lockdown, and live cricket is something each one of us is really looking forward to. But from the listed space, from the market standpoint, something else is actually happening in India. The way Dreams 11 got re-rated because of the fundraising round, sports franchises in India are being looked at very seriously as far as institutional money is concerned. But that is not the case alone. Even as a retail HNI investor, you can have a piece of that, a slice of that. And that is via either having a stake in listed companies which own these franchises, or even one unique company, which is India Cement's subsidiary, Chennai Super Kings. Remember, CSK share was given along with for India Cement shareholders when the business got demerged, and it is still being traded in the unlisted space. But how do we look at valuation of sports franchises, and CSK in particular? How is it doing versus global companies? I have a very special voice joining us on the show right now, Abhay Agarwal of Piper Serica. He, of course, full-time runs this PMS outfit of his, Piper Serica, but is a sports enthusiast and looks at and analyzes stuff like that very closely. Abhay, thank you very much for joining us on the show. You have looked at how Chennai Super Kings valuations have been moving ever since it was given for 10 rupees at the time for India Cement shareholders. How has it moved, and what has led to this move, and the factors which are at play here?
Yeah, thank you, Ajay, for having me on the show. Always a pleasure to talk to you. On CSK specifically, we have been tracking that company since, we in the PMS got the free shares of CSK. And actually, it was not even 10 rupees. It was given out free to all the shareholders of India Cements. As on the record date, the face value is only 10 paise. What we did is, at that point of time when we started looking at it, there was some frantic activity in the unlisted space because mutual funds had to sell. They could not hold unlisted stock. And there was confusion about what should be the fair value of this of a franchise like CSK. So we did a global comp that time, and we have been updating it since then. And we saw that live action sports franchises are very, very valuable globally. If you look at it, there are 52 global sports franchises, obviously much bigger in size than CSK or any of the other IPL teams, that are valued at more than $2 billion right now. The biggest one of them, the Dallas Cowboys, is $5.5 billion. So it shows that COVID, no COVID, live action sports is something that is really unique, cannot be replaced. People are very emotionally attached to their teams, their franchises, and the franchises have multiple ways of that they have. So even in COVID times, worst of times, if you look at listed companies like Manchester United, which trades on NYSE, the market cap has held very steady. In fact, it's gone up for most of these teams. So that is what really attracted us. And now if you talk about CSK's private market valuation, it's about 1,800 crores, which is, let's say, about $250 million, which is puny if you compare it to somebody like Dream 11, which has just raised money from private market at $2 billion market cap. So I think there is a long way for some of these strong sports franchises, especially in cricket, because that's really the religion of the country, to go ahead and create value for their shareholders.
Abhay, so if an investor really wants to have a piece of the pie, how can one go about getting it? Is it easily available? Is it in small lots? Talk to us about, is it possible?
I think so. So it is a vibrant market. So what has happened is, if you go back and look at our interest also in this private stock market, while we are completely public money managers, we invest only in public stocks through the PMS and through our Mauritius FPI sub-account. But what we have seen is that there has been a tremendous value migration from private market to public markets over the years. I mean, I'll give you two very simple examples. One is ICICI Lombard and other is HDFC Life. These stocks used to trade in the private market, and after listing, they have gone only one way, and the combined market cap of just these two companies is more than 2 lakh crores. And HDFC Life is now part of Nifty 50. So I think there is a vibrant private market. It's not as vibrant and easy to access, of course, as a listed, the National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange. But with the trading activity that is taking place, the prices have become finer, and it is possible to buy smaller lots, big lots. Uh, uh, so I think this is a parallel activity that has gone on the side while the Indian market cap has gone in. The private market, and there are enough brokers. So you'll need to find a friendly broker. There are plenty of them. You can do online searches. It is easy to do trades now also, because the stock goes from one demat account to other demat account digitally. There's hardly any paperwork involved. So I think that is what is helping the private market also trade actively now.
Abhay, how scalable is this business in your view? And what are the different levers which you have studied exist for teams such as this one in terms of profitability going forward? After all, valuations all depends on the way profit trajectory will be.
Now, again, that's a great question, because at the end of the day, the valuation of these franchises is driven by what they can make in terms of top line and bottom line. So even if you go by the numbers over last 3 years, which are all in public domain, because you can easily access the public data for Mumbai Indians, since Reliance annual report covers it. You can access data for RCB, because it is 100% owned by United Spirits, and the data is there. And CSK obviously sends out its annual report now on the dot and has an AGM. So if you look at the top line, is driven by the match fees that is shared by the BCCI with each of the 8 franchises. Plus they get gate fees, they get advertising revenue of their own from sponsors on the t-shirt and other kind of sponsors. And then they get merchandising fees. Now, frankly, if you ask me, in India, we are still in dark ages as far as monetization of some of this is concerned, because we are not a rich country, with an average per capita GDP of $2,500. We are really bottom of the pile. But the good news is that number is only going to go up. It's not going to go down. So for advertisers, the cost of advertising will only go up. There will be more and more eyeballs. So there are multiple levers that these franchises will pull going forward to increase their top line. And once the top line increases, since the cost is largely fixed in nature, it doesn't go up so much. The entire profit flows into your PAT level. And then it is up to them to deploy that capital wisely to further grow the franchise.
Right. Okay, Abhay, let's shift focus and talk about IPL, not because of your bias towards this company, but otherwise, what are the odds looking this time? Which team look good, well prepared in your view?
Yeah, luckily we have some friends and investors from the IPL community, some of the players and management staff. So I would say, look, my wallet beats for CSK, but my heart beats for Mumbai Indians. So it's a tough choice. But and unfortunately, there is no recent form data available, because there have been no real live matches. But what I hear is that Delhi Daredevils looks like a very strong team this time. So in the 4 playoff slots, I would expect to see RCB, Mumbai Indians, and Delhi Daredevils this time. And then it is, just 2-3 matches, and whoever plays well on that day, it's their cup.
Right. All right, Abhay, thanks so much for sharing your insights on this very interesting discussion today. And let's see how the business of cricket or games or sports actually in India actually develops over the years. I'm sure it's got a great future ahead. That was Abhay Agarwal of